this video you are in need of just a moment where you don't have to think, where you don't have to worry, where you don't have to have those thoughts that are detrimental repeating in your head. I understand that a lot of people may be going through some really hard times with their own personal lives or things that are happening to large populations of people, and it can be a lot. Even if you're not in it, even if you're just an observer, it's still devastating that this is a kind of place we are in right now. It will eventually be okay. I know it may feel counterintuitive to keep trying to improve your life. However, there is nothing that will ever make you undeserving to take care of yourself. I know that it is scary, but the thing is, there are people around you, and you can seek solace in community. Sometimes community is hard to find, but you have to do your research, expand your resources. Things are not always going to go according to plan. That does not mean you're failing at life. What is important is how you adapt to that change, how you can get through it. And obviously, you're still here. You've been through hard things, and that's why you're exhausted, but you've been through hard things, and that's why you're able to get through this. I know what it's like to feel like there is no point. But sometimes our brain tells us things that aren't true. And how I like to think of it is, what if my best friend had this thought about themselves? If I disagree, then it's probably just an anxious thought. Now, was that tingly? You are incredibly loved. You have worth, and what you say does matter. I know it's often common for people to feel ignored, but know that your voice always deserves to be heard. It's not selfish to want to seek comfort. Comfort is not a need that goes away after childhood. You deserve comfort now. You deserved comfort then. And you deserve comfort in the future. You matter. You matter. I matter. We matter. They matter. He, she, we, wombos. I wombo, you wombo. He, she. What else does he say? I don't know. I love SpongeBob so much. Yes, I am 21 years old. However, you know what? Follow the light. Sweetheart, listen. We are gonna go through hard things. And you know what? This may sound cheesy as fuck. However, Bob Ross compared painting to how life has to work. And the thing is, he said, a painting needs contrast. If you were to paint something with all light colors, you couldn't really convey much appreciation for what is there. It's the same with if you did a painting with all dark colors, it would lose its contrast. It would lose a lot of defining factors to make it visually pleasing, and that's kind of how life is. If everything was good, we would eventually become habituated to that pleasure. Habituated means that the kind of stimuli, so something that feels good, that happens, the less your body responds to it. So that's maybe why you need more fast-paced ASMR or tingly ASMR. If you've been listening to ASMR for a while and you don't really get the tingles as much anymore, it's because your brain has been kind of habituated to ASMR. So that's what habituated means. But yeah, if life was good all the time, we'd become habituated to pleasure and we wouldn't appreciate it. I wish things were good all the time, but I don't know why. I wish things could be lovely for us all the time, but we can't have it that way, so we have to make do with what we have. Also, I'm not quite saying that every bad thing that happens is for something good to come from it. However, some of the hardest things I have been through have either inspired me to make my best works of art, or it has inspired me to, or had made me develop really beneficial emotional traits and different kinds of intelligence that I wouldn't have learned, and has also given me kinds of wisdom I wouldn't have learned any other way. And me personally, I use that for my career. I plan on being a clinical psychologist. I want to give people intensive care that they need while also having compassion. Hello, can we have some compassion in the clinical psychiatric field? Like, can we have some compassion in the clinical psychological field, for golly sakes? And you know, and every time I do go through something hard, I'm like, I need somebody right now. And in the future, I can do that for other people. I need to keep going. And if you don't know what you want to do with your life, that's still okay. You don't need to know, especially if you're young. Like, even if you're in your early 20s and you don't know what you want to do long term, like, I think we have so much pressure on ourselves to figure out what we want to do at such an early point in your life. I mean, think about the previous generations that have changed their occupation how many times. I mean, and there's so much stigma about like changing your major in college, but I don't I just want to let you know that there are resources out there, and I will put some things in my bio. I will put some things in the description of the video for just various resources you may need at this time. But I love you. If you need a hug, I will. Here. I know things are hard, but you'll get through it. I believe in you. And I believe in you. I hope this was comforting in some way. I often get really invested in how sometimes I think to myself that, like, I do sometimes feel the pressure of not being, technically working in my career, since it will be I'll be like 26 when I graduate from grad school. However, ASMR kind of has given me that outlet of that void in my life of wanting to help people, because even though I'm not like doing anything life-changing, at the end of the day, I'm helping people relax or laugh. Sometimes I do silly ASMR. But, like, I don't know. There's so much negativity in the world, and I just want to put good in it. I know I am one person in a huge planet of billions and billions of people, and so many evil things that happen, but I just have so much sympathy and empathy for people that just feel like giving up, and just because there's kind of a thing of when you seek ASMR for comfort, it's because you don't feel like you have that. You feel like you need more of it, and that's often why I watch ASMR, and sometimes it can be kind of upsetting that that is your only solace. And if I can provide anything like comforting or soothing or anything positive, just will make me happy. Like, I will read medical journals for my friends all the time to like help them, give them a direction to go to the doctor or the psychiatrist or something, and I just try to use what I know to help, because everyone wants help. I want help. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Like, I thought that was like a rule, guys, when we all talked about treating other people the way we want to be treated. Weren't we supposed to like actually listen to that? Low key. But yeah. And being kind makes you feel good. I've been mean to people before, and it made me feel miserable. Regardless of whether they deserved it or not, I still felt terrible and guilty and like shit. However, that's not to say you can't ever stand up for yourself. Please stand up for yourself. But just, I don't know, compliment somebody. Compliment older people. They never hear it try to compliment people and compliment yourself when you can. You should compliment yourself too, because you are uniquely you. There is not a single soul that has existed like yours. Everybody is unique because everyone exists all the time without your perception. Think of everything that you have witnessed for every second of your entire life. Everybody else goes through that as well. And that all makes us uniquely beautiful. There is good in everyone, and it is just